very quickly and easily. The one thing to note about the Quicker Wizard is that it is largely what you see is what you get through the wizard process, and it doesn't lend itself to easy tweaking or modification once it's completed. So you want to make sure you get the wizard right, and then use your slideshows. And when you become comfortable with it, it doesn't take long at all to create something that looks very nice on the web page. Before you launch the wizard, the first thing that you want to do is create a series of slides. I like to make sure that they're all sized appropriately for the viewing size that I'm going to set up on my website. And it's always a good idea to number them sequentially, because then when you load them into the wizard, you don't have to reorder them, and make sure that you have the order correct every time that you execute the wizard to correct or update your slideshow. So I've got my slide set up. I go over to Sothink and launch the File New from Template capability within Quicker. It brings up the template wizard. I go to the directory and select my pictures. As I mentioned, if you don't have them numbered sequentially, then you want to make sure that you have them ordered correctly at this slide. And this is also the place where you make sure that you have set the appropriate transition effect for each slide or slides. I like to set my slideshows at about 4 seconds. Because I preset the pictures themselves, the height and width was determined by SWF automatically. Don't need to do anything there. I like to have my slideshow self-running, so I'll unclick this. This control I must have, so pick the one that you like. It can be edited within the graphic interface. That's a little bit beyond what I'm going to cover here in this video. Navigation buttons, if you choose them. Again, for my project, I typically turn them off because I don't want the user to have much control. At this point, I'm about to save the slideshow, and it'll be done for all intents and purposes. So it's a good idea here to go back and make sure that you've got everything set correctly, such as transitions applied appropriately and slides ordered correctly, because once I dump out here, the easiest way to rebuild was to start fresh and run through the wizard altogether. In this case, I know it's correct, so I'll go ahead and click Next, and it will publish my slideshow to the directory that I had demonstrated. The slideshow is a flash file called slideshow.swf, SWF, and one nice capability is all of your pictures and images are external to the slideshow, so you can update the show by changing a picture or inserting a new one in place of an existing one, and without the need to rerun the wizard and regenerate the product. So I press finish, my slideshow is done. I can preview it by clicking the preview button, and you can see here's the show that we just made, and as I said, it's very similar to the one that's produced before. If I click on this navigation button or this loading button, I can move it off the viewport, and that's how I make it so that it's not a part of my project. I've not figured out how to delete it entirely. If you're listening and figure out how to delete it, please let me know. It would be interesting to know that. I can republish the project then by selecting File, Publish, and Export Flash Movie once again, and this will overwrite the movie that we had created before. I can also, and this is fairly self-explanatory, embed that into an HTML page or view the code that I need to copy and paste into that page. One thing to note is, and there's more details on my website, when you publish into a page, you may have trouble with bleeding through between various pages of browsers that are displayed, as well as any pop-up menus may not sit in front of your display. You change the transparency parameters and the z-index or the layering index on your link code, and that's the way you solve that problem. That's all that's involved, and you should now have a very nice, well-working Flash animation slideshow. Thanks for watching.